Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Happy Thursday. Thanks all for joining in once again here tonight. The Battle of the Big Ten going down in this match. A winner will advance over to the Elite Eight, which will take place on Saturday. What a game we have. I don't think too many people predicted this one in their bracket. Number 9 seeded Iowa, coming off an upset over Florida in the round of 32. Iowa taking on Nebraska, the 4 seed in this matchup. Both of these teams narrowly escaping with victories in the final possession. Iowa, a game-winning 3 from the corner in the final seconds to beat Florida 73-72. And then Nebraska, just by a miracle on a half-court 3 by Tyler Tanner of Vanderbilt at the buzzer, as it went off glass and then was halfway down and spun out. And Nebraska survived 74-72 over Vandy to advance on to the Sweet 16. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. And both of these teams playing 2 incredible battles against one another this season, about to have a third tonight going down. Iowa picked up the win in the first meeting in their home floor against Nebraska, 57-52 on February 17th. And Iowa's defense locked down Nebraska for a season-low 52 points in that game. Nebraska struggled from 3. They went just 5 for 24 from the perimeter at 21% in the first matchup. Iowa, they play one of the slowest tempo offenses in all of college basketball. Bennett Sturts led the way with 25 points in the first meeting on February 17th. Flash forward to the second meeting, senior day matchup for Nebraska. Nebraska able to take care of business in overtime, 84-75. And that was the final game of the regular season back in early March. 19 turnovers by Iowa. That was a major issue for the Hawkeyes in that matchup. Nebraska with just 12 total turnovers. Iowa, both of the games they out-rebounded Nebraska on the glass. First game was 37-24, and a plus 13 rebound margin with a 5-point win by Iowa at home. And then Iowa, once again, a plus 3 rebound margin for the Hawkeyes, but a much better shooting game for Nebraska in the second matchup. Nebraska shot the ball 10 for 27 from three-point range, around 37% for the perimeter, and that's what they're known for. Top 15 in the country in three-point makes, 3-point attempts per game for Nebraska. They let it fly from the outside. And along with being an excellent three-point shooting team with a high three-point shooting rate, they also have a tremendous defense this year, number 6 in defensive efficiency this season, and that's what helped them mount a comeback in a victory over Vandy. They were struggling late in the game in foul trouble as they were trailing 4 minutes left to go. And then they switched to a zone defense, which completely stifled up Vandy. Vandy was tossing up bricks in the final 4 minutes left to play. And Nebraska able to make some big-time shots down the stretch. It was Braden Frager off the bench who had a driving layup coast to coast to score the game-winning bucket for Nebraska before the Tyler Tanner 3 was halfway down and then went out. And, that was a huge difference maker in the previous matchup for Nebraska. That defense, final 4 minutes left to go. That was some fierce defense that they had. What's good, Arkansas boy country? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Appreciate there with the update. Yeah, Texas-Purdue, that game is already started 20-18 Texas. With under 11 minutes left to go. The first half, we'll keep you guys posted with that one throughout the course of the night. Nebraska comes in slight favorites on the line, 1.5-point favorites for this matchup. In the region accord, Houston at the Toyota Center in their region. And in this region, Houston faces Illinois tonight and also Iowa and Nebraska in the region with Houston. So whoever wins this matchup plus whoever wins the night matchup between Houston and Illinois will advance to play each other in the Elite Eight on Saturday. What's good, Jeffrey? Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Hey, there we go. BC looks like picked up a new coach. I'll check that out. Luke Murray, son of Bill Murray, Boston College new basketball head coach. Looks like. Son of actor Bill Murray. Wow, young coach, 40 years old. UConn assistant. Wow, that's great. Yeah, UConn assistant under Dan Hurley. Assistant at a bunch of different colleges, it looks like. Post at D2, he started off his coaching career. Arizona grad assistant, 09, 2010. Wagner, I believe that was under Hurley when he was coaching at Wagner as well back in 2009, 2010. Tosin, yeah, he was under Hurley 2013, 2015 at URI. Xavier assistant, Louisville assistant for 3 seasons, and then UConn under Dan Hurley once again. That's awesome. Hey, what's good, King Goku on the stream? Yeah, I heard about that. Wow, so, yeah, no shocker there. So NBA was looking to, see if they could get those approved. So thanks for the update there. So Seattle, Las Vegas, yeah, that's huge. Yeah, it was telling that it was going to be coming, like, very soon. So that's huge right there. So 2 new expansion teams, it looks like, for the NBA. I saw that there was a vote last week that they were holding for the expansion teams. Yeah, there's stuff that's posted out about the NBA expansion process that's going to be going on. I saw there was an article, ESPN, NBA voters exploring Vegas and Seattle expansion bids that's been talked about for the last week or so. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, get a tip off in 5 minutes from now. Hit us up in the chat who you guys want to win here, Iowa or Nebraska. What a job head coach Ben McCollum has been doing at Iowa. Just absolutely sensational. First season as head coach, 4 NCAA Division II championships at Northwest Missouri State. Then coaches 1 season at Drake, wins the first round matchup last year for Drake. This year, they win their first 2 games in the NCAA tournament, make the first Sweet 16 appearance as a program for Iowa since 1999, and now looking to see if they can make their first Elite Eight appearance since 1987. But on the other side, 20-0 start for Nebraska head coach Fred Hoiberg and the Cornhuskers. Deepest run ever in NCAA tournament history. They were previously 0-8 before this year's tournaments, and it seems like every single couple of years we have this team that randomly has success going to the Elite Eight for their ceiling, with a team that never really had much success in previous seasons, previous decades leading into the tournament. So we saw this right out of COVID. 2021, it was Oregon State that went to the Elite Eights, and these are all like head coaches that basically saved their jobs because of that. With Wayne Tinkle and Oregon State going to the Elite Eight in 2021. And then 2 years ago, 2023, it was Clemson, Brad Brownell, and Clemson making an Elite Eight appearance. And now Nebraska knocking on the doorstep of their deepest run ever in NCAA tournament history. If they can keep it up, they'll go to the Elite Eight tonight for the Cornhuskers. Iowa with other ideas. Bennett starts big time this season for him. Number 5 score in the nation, number 5 score in the Big Ten, averaging just under 20 points per game, and having a humongous season. What a career for Bennett Starts. Division II, played for head coach Ben McCollum. Division II, Northwest Missouri State, and then transfers to Drake, plays for Ben McCollum at Drake last year, and then this year at Iowa. I mean, it's just absolutely sensational that this roster built of basically all transfers for Iowa and mid-major guys. Multiple transfers from Drake, a transfer with Alvaro Fulgaris from Robert Morris. There's a Yeah, there's a transfer that started off at Wyoming before transferring off to Drake with Cale Combs, and yeah, this is impressive that you have a Power 5 conference school at Iowa in the Big Ten. Went 23-12 this year, and multiple mid-major transfers that make up this roster with a led by a former Division II player with Bennett Starts and a Division II head coach a couple of years back that won 4 national championships at the D2 level. What a rise for head coach Ben McCollum. I mean, like, a lot of people say that he should be the guy that should come to North Carolina for him. I think still Bill Self doesn't know when he's going to retire at Kansas, but that's the prime opportunity right there for Ben McCollum is when Bill Self retires at Kansas, he should be the next head coach at KU. Yeah, South Florida. The new head coach at Providence with a former South Florida head coach bringing his assistants, and yeah, I like it. So I really like the guy that Providence picked up. Top 20 in offense this past season, one of the top teams in steals per game, scrappy physical defense that forces a bunch of turnovers, and only 38 years old. There's a lot of just real promise and real hope that's going to be happening at Providence for the future. Yep. Couple wrong picks, and there goes the bracket, just like the Florida one. What's good, Ice Ice Baby? Welcome back in. Yeah, Ice Ice Baby rooting for Purdue right now. Purdue, big matchup against Texas currently going on at this moment. 21-20, Texas leads midway through the opening half of action. We'll keep you guys posted here. This will be my only stream for tonight. Got a busy night tomorrow covering lacrosse, so there's still stuff that I have to be able to get done for tomorrow and Saturday as well. But I'm hoping to be back live probably the late game tomorrow. I have a game at 6 for lacrosse, so probably going to be back around like 8:50 or so. It usually runs like 2 hours, probably like 8:05, 8:10. So probably back for 8:50. So hoping to cover UConn, Michigan State's tomorrow. Yeah, good question. Will Luke Murray be on the bench coaching UConn? I would assume so because they're still in the tournament, and then BC will have to like figure out like once UConn's wrapped up with the tournaments, when Luke Murray can come down. So I assume that he would be with UConn for tomorrow. It's interesting how these things happen during the tournament with some of these coaches, like assistant coaches of teams still in the tournament being named head coach of a new program. I wonder how that like took place, if that had to be like over Zoom or something. That they must have had like the interview process, but he probably had to like fly out to like probably had to fly out to BC, I would imagine, or so as well for like a campus tour, but before being named head coach just like as fast as that. All right, here we go. As we've actually tipped it off right here. I had to refreeze my TV as we're just getting started tonight in this matchup. 3-point shot missed off the mark, no good by Nebraska, sailed out of bounds. Yeah, my TV was slow for some reason. Right to left on the floor for Iowa. They go with the black jerseys, yellow numbers, yellow letters. Nebraska with the white uniforms tonight, red numbers, red letters for this matchup. Iowa off their first possession of the game. Cale Combs, number 11, drives up to the elbow, swings it off inside with a turnaround jumper. Iowa, no good. Rattled out, missed around the rim and out as it goes over to Nebraska for the defensive rebounds. Second possession for Nebraska after the opening when that they missed off the mark. Nebraska, pull-up jumper from 3. Jamarcus Lawrence sizzles it. First basket of the night goes to the Cornhuskers. Both of these teams 1-1 against one another in the regular season. Nebraska coming off an overtime victory last time they took on Iowa in the regular season finale March 8th. Iowa possession number 2. They play one of the slowest tempo offenses in all of college hoops. Bounce pass down low, came Manyawu, and Manyawu got stripped going up. It goes right back to Nebraska with the basketball. Sandford at the wing. On top push pass. Boonto Gel out to the wing. Sam Hoiberg, left baseline dribble. Hoiberg underneath as he is covered around, has to move it back outside. The rank mass launches a 3, no good off the mark. Offensive rebound, controlled by Nebraska. Corner 3, rattles in. They got another one. Good start right now for the Cornhuskers right out of the gates. If you're doing the stream, we're just getting started tonight. Smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Iowa. Second possession of the night. Cooper Koch. On the outside, Kale Combs. At the top of the key into the hands to Bennett Sturts. Drives down the lane. Left-hand layup, scores up and off the backboard. And finally, Iowa gets on the board for 2. Yeah, this part of my bracket, not so hot. Did not see both of these teams making it this far in this part of my bracket. Sam Hoiberg off the double team. Lob to Mass. Mass down low. Puts in a shot. Got it to go. Plus the foul. And the one coming up at the line for Rank Mass, Nebraska. Tremendous start right to begin this match. Wow, this completely just took Iowa completely out of their game to start things off. Iowa wants to be up. They want to slow down tempo. Could have asked for a better start for Nebraska. 9-2 right now for the Cornhuskers. Yeah, huge win last night for the Celtics. That Jaylen Brown slam dunk in the third quarter completely gave the Celtics all the energy and shifted it in Boston's direction. Dribble drive penetration as they send it down low. Backdoor miss layup, no good by Tavion Banks off the glass for Iowa. Nebraska's defense out to a strong start. Sam Hoiberg off to Mast around the perimeter. Handoff 3. Nebraska no good off the mark. Offensive rebound controlled by Boonto Gel out to the wing with another 3. It goes down by Sandfort. Nebraska drilling shots right out of the gate in this matchup. Timeout taken on the floor by the Hawkeyes. 12-2 with 16:54 left to go in the opening half of action in Nebraska, setting the tone, crashing the glass, collecting offensive rebounds, resetting their offense, and getting open looks and doing what they've done best throughout the course of the season, and that is drill threes. Nebraska 3 for 6 from three-point range to start things off, 6-0 on the glass for the Cornhuskers. Wow, tremendous start for Nebraska, not so much for Iowa. Iowa is getting destroyed in the glass, and they have completely been taken out of their game. Like, this is an Iowa team that is going to look to force defensive stops. They're going to slow down the tempo of the basketball, and they're going to look to see if they can get ahead, stay ahead, and right now they're struggling. If you're doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. First time out in the night, hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win this one, Iowa or Nebraska? Type it in. A big red Nebraska out here. Hawkeyes, Hawks for Iowa. Tough start for the Hawkeyes right now. Price Sandfort on point against his former team. 6 points by Sandfort. Perfect 2 for 2 from 3. Burka, Butil Gel, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. 2 of those offensive rebounds to reset the offense. Himothy on the street, welcome in. Yeah, that's going to be a big-time game tomorrow, Duke St. John's. I saw a lot of people's second-chance brackets. They actually put St. John's over Duke for a lot of those people who put their second-chance brackets online. Purdue up against Texas, 28-25 Purdue. Under 7 minutes left to go the first half. Hopefully we get a competitive game out of this. Not the start that Iowa had envisioned under head coach Bill McCullum. Still a lot of time left to go in the game. This will be my only stream tonight. Got a lot of stuff that I still have to catch on later tonight. I have a lacrosse game I'm covering for college broadcast tomorrow. I'm hoping to be back live tomorrow for the late game after I get back home. So probably like the 9:45 game. UConn against Michigan State's the one I'm planning on doing tomorrow. And then Saturday and Sunday, hoping to be live for both of the matchups for the Elite Eight and both elite matchups for both of the days for Saturday and Sunday. I was actually supposed to have a baseball game on Sunday in the middle of the afternoon, but they pushed it to May because it's supposed to be like 30 degrees out where I am on Saturday, so they rescheduled another team in for Sunday and pushed that game that I was supposed to do, not for another month plus. Back to action. Iowa in trouble right now, down by 10. Jumper, mid-range, got it. Good for two. That is Cale Combs, the junior from Nixa, Missouri. Big bucket coming out of the timeout for Iowa. Nebraska fires it down low. Sandfort at the low block. Reach and foul charged to Iowa. That's going to be on Fulgaris, who picks up the first personal. Inbound for Nebraska. Jamarcus Lawrence, top of the key. Torses right around the perimeter, slides it off to Mast. Rank Mast, backs his way to the elbow. Mast working one-on-one inside the key. Mast off the pivot, puts it up and scores, up and off the glass. Just such a patient possession right there for Nebraska, just backing his man down inside the low post, getting whatever he wants off the pivot. Iowa has it at the top. Cale Combs. Torres' right, slides it over to Tavion Banks, back into the hands to Combs. Combs drives inside the key, bounce pass underneath for the Hawkeyes. They put it up and gut it off the glass, good it in. Tavion Banks on the board, finishing inside the low post. All 6 points scored so far by Iowa inside the paint. Nebraska doing their damage off the second chance points and from three-point range so far. Rank Mast at the wing. It dribbles up inside. Skip pass, left wing. Hoiberg launches the three off the mark. No good. Mast off. It's a rebound. Put back. Cut it for two. Just too easy right now for Nebraska. And Nebraska got destroyed. First game on the glass against Iowa. They were minus 13 in rebounds. Tonight, Nebraska chopping away at the glass. 7-0 in the rebound margin for the Cornhuskers. Fordo's offensive rebounds. Bennett starts, dribbles, drives, penetration right to the cup. No good. Missed the layup. Foul, though, have 2 free throws. And this will take us to the under 16-minute media break. Second timeout tonight as we're down to under 15 minutes left to go. In the opening half of action, Nebraska setting the tone up 16-6. Hey, what's good, Ward? Welcome back, kid. Hope all is going well, man. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe right now, the timeouts. And keep on letting us know out in the chat who you guys like to win this one, Nebraska or Iowa. Quick check at Purdue, Texas. Purdue up over Texas 28-25. With around 6:34 left to go in the first. Just way too many easy rebounds for Nebraska. Iowa just not coming ready to play so far today. Rank Mast, 7 points, 3 for 4 from the floor. Price Sandfort with 6. Jamarcus Lawrence with 3. And then 2 points each by Bennett Sturts, Tavion Banks, Cale Combs for Iowa. Iowa's taking a lot of tough shots. They're getting everything inside the paint. Credit out to Nebraska. Nebraska playing some excellent defense so far. Winner of this game will face the winner of Houston or Illinois in a really late game tonight. Yeah, I feel like the games are getting later and later. Like, I swear, like, the last couple of years, the Sweet 16 games were something like 6:49 p.m. and then like 7:19 p.m. Like, this year, they tipped off, I think it was like 7:10 and 7:30. And then the late games started until 9:45 and 10:05. By the time there's late games, those are going to get pushed back, so it was probably more like 10 and 10:25, probably. Yeah, Iowa just did not come ready for this game. Just getting simply out hustled in the glass to start things off. Head coach Ben McCollum trying to alight a fire in this team right now. Game day rituals he's got as well. 90 minutes before tip, a pregame workout at the arena for Ben McCollum, followed by Snickers and coffee postgame workout snack. He's got his white shirt for his white dress shirt, gold Hawkeye tie every single game for Ben McCollum. Signature win over Florida to get Iowa this far to bracket, busting everybody's bracket in that second round. The breaks in the stream welcome in. Best of luck there. So he's got Nebraska race to 25, race to 40. There we go. Got race to 10, looks like. Yep, race to 15 already done as well. 16-7. First free throw good by Iowa. Bennett starts. Averaging 21 points per game in the first 20 games of the season, down to around 16 he's averaging now in the last 15. Both free throws good, 8-point game. Nebraska with possession. Rank Mast at the left wing perimeter. Nebraska with every single rebound so far. 7-zip on the glass. Mast off the pivot. Backs his way mid-block as he takes on Manuo down low. And that shot was missed. And finally Iowa is able to collect their first rebound of the game with Sturts. Sturts across court. Into the hands to Fulgaris. Back into the hands to Sturts. Sturts at the top of the key. Dribbles. Drives. Inside the paint. Flips of the shot. Gutted a drop in the foul. Tough one right there, leaning towards his left inside at the low block for Bennett. Sturts able to connect on it. Gonna have to will his team back in the game. He realizes that. He sees it for Bennett Sturts as he goes right after number 10, Jamarcus Lawrence in the process, who commits the shooting foul. Free throw is good. Bennett Sturts single-handedly taking over this game right now for Iowa. 7 of 11 through Sturts. Jamarcus Lawrence at the wing of the perimeter. Into the hands to Braden Frager. Big time off the bench in the victory over Vandy on Saturday. Handoff, Sandfort. Back outside, Mast. Up fake. Dribbles. Drives. Inside the key. Floats off the glass. No good off the mark. A rebound ripped away by the Hawkeyes with Cam Manuo. So finally, Iowa starting to show up here and pick up 2 consecutive rebounds in a row. Sturts at the top of the key. Sends it off to the left wing. Bounce pass left corner. Left baseline dribble for Garris. Swings it cross court. On top, back to Sturts. Sturts, 10 on the timer. Dribbles up mid-block. Bounce pass left corner. 3. Fulgaris. Oh, he drills it. Alvaro Fulgaris from Malaga, Spain. Lets it rip from downtown. 16-14. And all of a sudden, the 10-zip run is evaporated in an 8-zip run by Iowa in the last minute and 30 seconds. Nebraska stuck stagnant. Push pass. Corner. 3. Frager connects on it. Big time shot right there by Braden Frager. 5-point advantage for Nebraska. As we approach the 13-minute mark left to go in the opening half. Nebraska 4 for 8 from the perimeter. Iowa's only attempted 1-3. Now they're second in the game. They let it rain from downtown. Back-to-back threes made by the Hawkeyes. That time with Tate Sage, number 24, freshman from Weatherford, Oklahoma. 2-point game once again under 13 minutes left to go in the opening half. Hoiberg out to the wing, pulling up for a three. Frager, oh, he drills another one. Braden Frager in the zone right now for the Huskers. And this game's got some early shot making to it. Both of these teams shooting the ball efficient from the floor. Iowa dump off inside the key, bobbled lost, but a reach and foul charge to Nebraska. This will stop the clock with 12.5. Just getting started tonight. If you guys are doing the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell to be notified for future live streams here on the channel. Nebraska 5th, number 5 ranking at one point this season. The best ranking ever in program history for their men's basketball team. Deepest run ever in the NCAA tournament for Nebraska this season. They did not win a single tournament game until their round of 64 victory over Troy. Starts off the crossover, dribbles up to the elbow, pass to the corner, broke it up, and a foul charge to Frager as he bumps into a Tate Sage in the corner. Yeah, that was big time last night, man. Jaylen Brown proving his case for MVP last night. Like, they started off slow and then completely shifted the game. Like that Jaylen Brown dunk in the third quarter, that was massive. Iowa attacking the rack, blocked going up in the air. And it's Buchnotel who comes out with a rejection. Nebraska with possession. 12 minutes left to go in the opening half. On top, Braden Frager launches from deep, and he drills another triple. Braden Frager right now, automatic from the perimeter. Looking for big-time shot making off the bench. He has got it going. Perfect 3 for 3 off the bench by Frager. Bennett starts at the wing, towards his right, takes on Lawrence. Around the perimeter for Garris, dribbles up to the right baseline, draws the double team, bounce pass underneath, and Nebraska picks up the reach and foul. That will stop the clock with 11:34. Braden Frager. 3 straight lasers in a row from the outside for Nebraska, 25-17. 8-point lead for the Cornhuskers as we take the media timeout. Yeah, some really good balance going on with Nebraska. Rank Mass 7 points, Price Sandfort with 6. Frager, an X Factor in this tournament. 9 points off the bench, sharpshooter, dialing up 3 made threes in a 3-minute clip. Jamarcus Lawrence with 3. This team is lights out from 3. 6 for 10 from 3-point range, 9 for 15 from the floor for Nebraska. Iowa, 6 for 10 from the floor, 2 for 2 from the perimeter. So Iowa's attempted 5 fewer shots than Nebraska. Iowa had some severe rebounding difficulties to start off this game. Nebraska collecting offensive rebounds to start off. Nebraska leads the offensive rebound column 4-0, 8-2 in the total rebounds. It was 7-0 on the glass to start. Iowa's been better last couple minutes, but yeah, a total nightmare to begin this game for Iowa on the glass. Purdue at Texas tied up at 30 with just over 3 minutes left to go before half. Yeah, fast-paced first half so far. Not too many fouls. Iowa plays slower tempo, so they use a lot of the clock. Yeah, see, that's one of the things that Iowa's going to see if they can do. If they do get ahead in this game, they're just going to see if they can dictate the pace, but that's an issue right now. They started off with a slow start. They were trailing right out of the gate to begin, trailing 6-0, 16-6, and had to play catch-up ever since for Iowa. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one here tonight, Iowa or Nebraska. (56-44), Nebraska up on the poll. Yeah, Nebraska's come out and they're firing and drilling their shots. 6 for 10 for the perimeter to start off tonight for Nebraska. Inbound goes to Iowa. Top of the key with Cam Menyawu. Handoff Kale Combs. Into the hands of Starts. Starts 8 on the timer. Starts up to the elbow. Bounce pass low block. Outside to the wing of the perimeter. Isaiah Howard. 3 on the timer. Back over to Starts. Launches a 3. No good off the back rim. Battle for the rebound. Iowa has it on the offensive glass to maintain possession. They take a 3 straight away. They drill it. Isaiah Howard rips in the triple. First offensive rebound in the night, leading to the 3 for the Hawkeyes. Cale Jacobson. On top off to Buchtilgel. Hand off to Frager. Been big time so far with 9 points in 3 minutes. Attacking the paint, drawing a shooting foul. And 2 shots here coming up at the line by Jacobson in Nebraska. First shot for Cale Jacobson as it rattles in. Hey, appreciate it. Thanks so much for joining in this breaks. Second free throw goes down. (27-20) Iowa with possession. Top of the key, number 3 with Cam Menyawu. Off the Starts. Bounce pass. Menyawu. Dish outside to the wing. Push pass corner with Isaiah Howard. He moves it across the floor. Tate Sage with a 3. It drills the triple. A lot of 3-point shot making going on in this game. Iowa 4 for 5 from the perimeter. Nebraska 6 for 10 as a team. And just 1 combined turnover so far. Nebraska has the lone turnover of the night. Cale Jacobson, outside off to Hoiberg. 10 on the timer off to Jacobson again. Jacobson at the right wing. Dribbles towards the right corner. Jacobson 5 of the shot clock. Towards his left. Dribbles inside the key. Circles around. Puts up the floater. Got it to go. And patient possession right there by Nebraska by Cale Jacobson. Just looking reminiscent of the NBA like TJ McConnell. Circling around the defense. Scoring a floater at the low block on that possession. Iowa at the low block with Tate Sage. Lost control of the basketball. Turns it over. Nebraska up the floor off the steal. They look to push tempo. Hoiberg slides it off to the corner. Launching the 3. Off balance. No good by Nebraska. They get fouled on the 3 though. And Sandforts will have 3 shots here coming up at the free throw line. A critical mistake by Iowa from the corner perimeter. That's a terrible foul by the Hawkeyes. Price Sandfort, 3 free throws at the line. First one's good. Yep, both of them are Big Ten. Yeah, they played each other twice already. Iowa won the first game in Iowa, 57-52. Nebraska won the second game. That was in Nebraska in overtime, 84-75. That was the regular season finale. Bryce Sandfort used to play at Iowa. And all 3 free throws go down. Nebraska, 9-point margin. Price Sandfort, younger brother of Peyton Sandfort, who played for the Iowa Hawkeyes. And Iowa commits the turnover. So back-to-back turnovers charged to the Hawkeyes, and this game started to slip out of the reach early out of Iowa. Yeah, that was terrible. Just not even... couldn't even handle the pass correctly cross-court. Just bobbled it cross-court as it sailed out of bounds. Iowa comes out with a steal going up, and they get fouled. 2 shots here coming up on the free throw line by Alvaro Fulgaris. That's a critical forced turnover. 2 shots here at the line for Iowa. First one, no good off the mark, missing the free throw. Basically, this Iowa team's built of mid-major transfers. A lot of players came over from Drake with head coach Ben McCollum. Fulgaris, transfer for Robert Morris. And the free throw is good. Robert Morris out of the Horizon League. Splitting the free throws at the line. 8-point game. Nebraska pass midcourt. Cale Jacobson, though, with 2 quick personal fouls. Nebraska doesn't fall too often this season. Lawrence on top off to Hoiberg. Hoiberg, his 3 off the back rim. A rebound secured by Tavion Banks of Iowa. And Iowa will slow down tempo. 5th slowest offense in the nation this season in NCAA Division I men's basketball. Bennett starts at the wing. Sends it on top off to Cooper Koch. At the elbow, number 7, Alvaro Fulgaris. Back to starts, dribbles, drives, bounce pass underneath inside, out to the top, for the timer. Gotta go for Iowa. They make the extra pass on top, have to launch, and they will with a runner with .2 on the clock, and it bounced in for the Hawkeyes. Humongous bucket as it counts for Cooper Koch with .2 as he launched a runner at the elbow at the end of the shot clock. That's huge. Now, right now, they've got it rolled a bucket. His hand may have been held on to that for a little bit longer, so this is being looked at right now at the monitor. Yeah, I had said at first .2, but then looking at the backside of that, it looks like it might have been too late. It looks like because he did start to launch with like .3, .4, .2. It looked like it should have left his hand, but he kept on holding on to it when it hit 0. And this is under review right now, whether it's a shot clock violation or not. Right now, they've scored the bucket, 32-26. This might be taken away, though. So as it stands right now, 32-26, but this might have to drop down to 24 if it was indeed a shot clock violation. 8:23 left to go, the first half remaining, as Nebraska out to a key start to begin this game right now as they lead currently by 6, and this might be 8 coming up if they do erase away to 2. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified for future live streams on the channel. And looks like according to the ESPN box score, the 2 points have been taken away, so it's been ruled a shot clock violation charged to Iowa, 32-24. And Iowa could not get the shot off in time as the shot left the hands of Cooper Koch at the buzzer and couldn't get it off before the buzzer. That's a crusher because there goes 2 points off the scoreboard for Iowa, and he was not looking up at the shot clock during that possession. And before that, there was an extra pass made with 2 seconds on the timer. Like, you gotta realize you're deep in the shot clock, just launch. And Iowa did not, and it was too little too late. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this game here tonight. Type in Nebraska, Iowa. Type in Big Red if you're going for the Cornhuskers. Type in Hawkeyes if you're going to Iowa tonight out in the chats. Glad to have you guys join and be a part here on the stream. So we come back from the timeout. That was a shot clock violation charged to Iowa. So it's going to be Nebraska possession coming up out of the timeout. Nebraska, if you're just joining in, they started off the game extremely well. Nebraska 6-zip to start it off, and then they were up 16-6 as Nebraska smashed Iowa to begin this matchup on the glass 7-0. Iowa just did not look like they were ready to compete tonight in this game, and right now the rebound's 8-4 in favor of the Cornhuskers. Ben McCollum trying to get his team back in order right now. That's 32 points allowed with still 8.5 left to go. Nebraska 10 for 17 from the floor, and this Iowa defense, who has been strong this season, top 20 in the nation, the fewest points allowed per game, having a tough time as the tempo just hasn't been able to play their way. They're a type of team that it's like that they're known for get ahead, stay ahead, playing one of the slowest tempos in all of college basketball. And since the start of this game, they've been trying to play catch up because they've been trailing throughout this entire game. 8-point lead for Nebraska. Nebraska with a possession. Rink Mast. Hand off to Braden Frager. He has 9 points so far, all threes. Mast dribbles, drives, bounce pass underneath Hoiberg. Backdoor layup, scores up and in off the backboard. 10-point lead again for Nebraska, tied for the largest lead of the game. As we're down to 8 minutes left to go in the opening half of action. It's now 8 total assists as a team as well for the Cornhuskers. Iowa with possession at the wing of the perimeter, dribbling up to the elbow. On top into the hands to Tavion Binks. Push pass left corner, Fulgaris. Fulgaris pass broken up. Intercepted by Nebraska. Up the floor for the Cornhuskers. Jamarcus Lawrence at the wing. Has Mast open around the top if he elects to send it off to him. Lawrence, a lot of dribbling, playing iso ball. 15 in the timer. Bounce pass over to Buke-Dogel. Buke-Dogel, right baseline, backs his way to the low block, and the ball poked away from his hands. Intercepted off the steal by Cale Combs for Iowa. Up the floor with Combs. Combs attacks the paint. High off the glass, scores. Up and then off the backboard. Good for 2. Really needed that one right there for the Hawkeyes. They draw back, winning 8. Nebraska slows down tempo as we approach the 7-minute mark left to play before halftime. Sam Hoiberg at the right wing perimeter. Takes on one defender with Cooper Koch. Hoiberg lost the dribble. Turnover as Iowa collects the steal. They hit the deck with the basketball. And a tie-up. Possession arrow going to the Hawkeyes. So Iowa forcing back-to-back steals. Nebraska's doing an excellent job moving the basketball along so far. A lot of extra passes being fed down low. Iowa crosses midcourt. Bennett starts. 7 points for him tonight. Cross court into the hands to Tavion Banks, and a reach and foul charge to Nebraska as this will stop the clock with 6:45. Nine teams in the Sweet 16 representing the Big Ten. Or from 2025, or 9 returning teams from the Sweet 16 representing the Big Ten. That's 6. Or from the Sweet 16 that returned. 6 teams representing the Big Ten, but 9 returned to the Sweet 16 from last year. First free throw good at the line. They're in a bonus now. That's the 7th charge to Nebraska, so Iowa in the bonus. Second free throw is good. So makes them both with Cooper Koch, the sophomore from Peoria, Illinois, puts his team winning 6 right now in this matchup. Nebraska with possession. Sam Hoiberg. Add to the midcourt logo for the Huskers. Sanford picked up the previous foul. He has 2 fouls. We'll go over foul trouble here in just a moment as Iowa picks up the personal. That's their 5th as a team. That's charged to Tate Sage of the Hawkeyes. A little bit of foul trouble for Iowa. 2 personal fouls off the bench by Cale Jacobson. 2 by Price Sanfords. 2 personal fouls each by Tavion Banks and Isaiah Howard for the Hawkeyes. Nebraska looking for an inbound. They get it out to the wing of the perimeter. Rink Mast. Hand off to Sanford. Sanford finds Hoiberg. Hoiberg goes backdoor, scores, up and in off the glass. And Iowa's defense getting cut up in this game. 8-point lead again for Nebraska. Tavion Banks Into the hands to Fulgaris. Fulgaris, top of the free throw circle. Dribbles, drives, attacks the lane, dish outside to the wing. Popping up on a three off the back from no good, missed by Koch. And a long rebound controlled by Nebraska. They look to run with it. They have numbers up the court. And now they slow it down. Hoiberg receives a cross-court dribble, drives, penetrates the rim, and he soars up and scores with a right-hand layup. 10-point lead again for Nebraska. Iowa just hasn't been right since the start, as they have never led tonight. They've never really been able to make this a close game. They were trailing by 2 at one point midway into this first half, but they've been playing catch-up from behind throughout the entire course of this opening half. A right baseline dribble going up to the rim, no good, missed the layup. Tip-in is there for the Hawkeyes with Tate Sage able to tap it in and through for 2. 8-point game again. Nebraska with possession. So we're down to under 5:15 left to go before halftime. Firing a bullet down low. Frager off the Sandfort scores. Cutting to the hoop, up and in. Off the window for the deuce. Just such a terrific passing team tonight for Nebraska. Racking up assist after assist after assist. 14 for 21 from the floor. 67% shooting. That's on 11 assists on 14 made field goals. As Iowa attacks the rack and they soar up and put it through with Fulgaris with a 2-hitter flush. 8-point game right now. Nebraska with possession. Bounce pass top of the key. Price Sandfort on top off the mast. Into the hands to Sam Hoiberg. Hoiberg at the left wing. Finds Mast. Open three straight away. Left short. Off the rim. And the rebound controlled by Banks of Iowa. That was a lucky miss there that Iowa needed to see if they can get back into this matchup. Tavion Banks at the top of the key into the hands to Fulgaris. Off to Bennett Sturts, their team leader. Sturts surges right out of a cannon, goes in for the layup, rejected by the bottom part of the rim. Mass control the rebound, and now Nebraska goes up the floor. Finding Mass from Lawrence, outside to Hoiberg. Sam Hoiberg looks to turn the corner. Dish outside, left corner three. Frager off the back rim, no good. The rebound secured by Koch. Joe in the stream, he's got Nebraska. Tino, welcome in, taking the Hawkeyes tonight. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one, Nebraska or Iowa's. We're down to under 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Iowa with possession, trailing by 8. Outside to Fulgaris. Fulgaris torses left off the dribble. Handoff starts, up fake starts, top of the key. Takes the 3, and he makes it from the top of the key. Big time, a 3-ball there by Bennett Starts. 5-point game with 3:32 left to go before halftime. Bennett starts. Big time shot from the perimeter, as he has got double figures tonight now with 10 as we head to the timeout on the floor. That's a humongous shot right there for Starts. Iowa has never really been able to control the tempo in this game at all tonight, as they've been trying to play catch up from behind, and a huge shot there for Bennett Starts. They're in the opposite side of what they were accomplishing against Florida. Second half against Florida in the second round, Iowa led 51-39, and then usually it's late in games in these tournament games they struggled, as they get up against Clemson. Clemson trying to make a push towards the end, but Iowa shut down the door, and then Iowa led by 12, able to pick up the 1-point win over Florida. Florida battled back, but wasn't enough. And right now it's Iowa who's trying to battle back after multiple 10-point deficits in this game. Just they haven't been able to play defense and stop any of Nebraska's perimeter shot makers tonight, or the playmakers by Nebraska. There's been a lot of excellent spacing on the floor for Nebraska, but last couple possessions, couple misses that Iowa will take. There was an open 3 that Rank missed had, and he missed it off the rim short, and Iowa was able to make him pay and score off that previous defensive rebounds. Right now, 10-7 rebounds in favor of Nebraska. Iowa had a terrible start in this game on the glass. Iowa was trailing 7-0 in the first 5 minutes in the rebound column. Nebraska came out collecting 4 offensive rebounds in like the first 3 minutes. Iowa could not box out, and it was an issue to start things off. If Iowa can't rebound, well, there's no way you can win the game. And now finally, Iowa has stepped up as they've recorded the previous 7 out of 11 rebounds that's been in this game they've recorded. So it's started to flip the rebound numbers in their favor after a terrible start on the glass. Nebraska playmaking, passing the ball extremely well. 11 total assists on 14 made field goals. Iowa with just 5 assists on 12 made field goals. But both teams knocking down shots. Iowa 60% from the floor. Nebraska 61%. Both teams shooting the cover off the ball from 3. Iowa at 5 for 7 from the perimeter. Nebraska 6 for 13. Scott, welcome in. He's liking Iowa tonight. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one, Iowa or Nebraska. We got 190 plus out in the stream. If you're new in the channel, keep on hitting that thumbs up. Helps this video a ton being found on YouTube. Halftime between Purdue and Texas. Purdue a 4-point lead at 39-35 at half. We come back to action. Nebraska with possession, left to right on the floor for the Cornhuskers. Sam Hoiberg on the floor with Burka Bunkdogel. Braden Frager. Number 10, Jamarcus Lawrence, who dribbles up, takes the jumper. 13-footer, bounced off the rim, no good. Tipped up to Iowa for the defensive rebounds. The Hawkeyes now with possession. Rank Mast also in the court for Nebraska for the 5th guy on the floor. Bennett Sturts. He's going to slow down tempo here for the Hawkeyes alongside Alvaro Folgaris, Kale Combs, Tate Sage, and number 8, Cooper Koch. Starts, dribble drive, bounce pass on top, a 3, a straightaway. Iowa off the back rim, no good. Missed by Sage. Rebound secured by Mast. 5-point lead for Nebraska. Under 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Cornhuskers back with the basketball. Sam Hoiberg out to the wing, off to Frager. On top finds Bunkdogel. Hand off to Hoiberg. Hoiberg towards his right. Take it on. Starts one-on-one around the perimeter. Over to Frager. Frager in the corner off to Mass. Mass try to pin it off an Iowa player out of bounds, but it stayed in the court of play, and Iowa collects the steal with Cooper Koch. Hawkeyes with the possession. Bennett Sturts towards his right. Dribbles up to the elbow. Skip pass. Left corner. Rise and fire. On the 3. It's good from downtown. Cooper Koch lets it rain off the assist by Bennett Sturts. 2-point game, closest it has been to the year between these two teams. Iowa on an 8-zip run in the last 3 minutes. Corner 3, Nebraska. No good. Hit the side of the glass, but a shooting foul charged to Iowa. And that is the second time in this game that the Hawkeyes have committed a personal foul on a 3-point shot attempt. So bad defense once again, and this will lead to 3 free throws at the line for Nebraska with Jamarcus Lawrence. I can't show the game due to copyright, so it's play-by-play only. Yeah, so that's why if you try to, see if you can find, an actual, video feed on YouTube of the game, YouTube takes down all those videos that show the actual game during March Madness because it's copyright. So the only way that you can see the game is by either watching the TV, which is it's on TBS. So that's the only way that you can get it. So it's copyright. So all those rights belong to Turner and the TBS network and Turner television networks. Jamarcus Lawrence buries all 3 free throws at the line. 5-point lead again. Nebraska. Perfect 9 for 9 at the charity stripe tonight. Iowa with possession. Bennett Sturts slows down tempo. 14 in the timer. Sends it off to the right wing. Push pass out to the corner for Iowa. Bounce pass on top over to Folgaris. Folgaris, 5 of the shot clock. Handoff starts. Pulls out for the parking lot in a deep range 3. No good off the back rim. And a rebound controlled by Bunkdogel of Nebraska. Yeah, that was a tough shot right there by Bennett Sturts trying to go all in on a 30-footer. Sam Hoiberg towards his left. Nebraska has yet to make a field goal in the previous 4 minutes of regulation. Jamarcus Lawrence with a deep range 3. And he drills it. Big time shot there from the perimeter by Lawrence. Nebraska all game long, they have been dialed up from the outside. 7 for 14 from 3. Starts on top into the hands of Tate Sage. They move it down inside the low post, powering their way to the low block, and they score up and through. A good for 2. Yeah, no problem. Thanks for joining in, Cindy Glenn. Appreciate it here for finding my channel. No problem. Five-second differential shot clock and game clock going into halftime. Nebraska with possession. Sam Hoiberg at the edge of the March Madness logo. Dribbles up top of the key. Push pass. Right corner off to Rank Mast. He backs his way at the low block. Mast puts up the shot. No good off the glass. Tipped around and goes out to Mast, but it never hit the rim. So it's a shot clock violation. My clock actually wasn't running, was it? I just noticed that. We got 5 seconds left. 5.5 seconds left to go. Yeah, beg my pardon about the clock. Not like a minute 50-something left. We're down to 5.5. Yeah, clock didn't start for me. Now it will be. They got 4.9 on the timer remaining before halftime. Inbound Iowa. Final possession before half. Bounce pass. Wing. A three at the buzzer. Swash! And they drill it. Hawkeyes with a big-time shot, able to sizzle the triple at the horn. 3-point game going into halftime. That's a huge shot right there by Iowa for a team that had been struggling throughout the course of this game. Starts with a nice bounce pass out to a three made by Tate Sage at the buzzer for the Hawkeyes. And Iowa giving them some momentum going into halftime. A high-scoring game between these two teams as Iowa just has not been right since the start of this game, trying to play catch-up. Down multiple times by 10-point margins. Largest lead, Nebraska by 10 multiple times, like 5 or 6 times in this game. And nevertheless, here comes the Hawkeyes, only down by 3 going into half. Well, to start tonight, if you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell as well as we go into halftime here tonight. This will be my only stream tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, hoping to be back live for UConn against Michigan State at around like 9:45 tomorrow night. So if you guys would like to join, I'm back in for that one. Feel free to do so. And then I'm hoping to cover both of the Elite 8 games for both Saturdays and Sundays matchups. Yeah, really good first half. Props out to Iowa for making this a game because it was not early on. They were struggling. They couldn't get anything going. And then finally they awoken. Iowa was looking like they were dead in the water in the early going. They were down 6-0, then 16-6, and nothing could go their way. And now all of a sudden they've started to get things going. Yeah, no problem, Cindy Glenn. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, so I cover play-by-play here on the channel. I can't show the actual game due to copyright, so it's only play-by-play. Hey, what's good, Alan? Welcome in. Really good first half indeed. Yeah, so my upcoming schedule this weekend, this is my only stream for tonight. I have a lacrosse game I'm covering for a college broadcast tomorrow, so I still got some prep work that I have to do for that. I got 2 games for lacrosse, so one tomorrow night at 6, another at 1 on Saturday. But after I get home tomorrow, I'm hoping to cover Michigan State against UConn. Probably starts at 6 for my broadcast for lacrosse. Probably get done around like 8 or so. Probably back home like 8:45 for me. Well, I do Texas. Well, I'm covering this one right now for this game. Purdue is up against Texas, 39-38. They just started in the second half. I'll give you guys updates with that game. That's a really good game as well. Yeah, I chose this one tonight. I could have easily done Purdue, Texas. I chose this one because it was pushed back by like 20 minutes, so it gave me a little bit more time to like get settled in after I got back home from work today. Yeah, that should be an amazing game tomorrow night, Michigan State, UConn. Yeah, hopefully I'll be feeling well. Hopefully I'm not gassed out by the time we get to 9:45. I'm probably going to be snoozing off around midnight if that game's still going on. Yeah. This is my only stream tonight, though, so we'll not be covering the late night games. I'll be working on a lot of stuff later tonight for prep work and things like that. Having the games in the background, listening for myself tonight. Yeah, I'm actually from Massachusetts, so this schedule of these games, it's weird. Like, I remember the Sweet 16 games on the Thursday and Friday. They used to be like 6:49 and 8:49 for start times. These start times are terrible for the East Coast audience. 9:49 and 10:05 are the two late games tonight. Like, those, I swear, those times used to be 8:49 and 9:09 for late games. Like, when did all of a sudden they push back the late games by like an extra 40, 50 minutes to an hour? It gets pushed back even further. Like, that's taking away a complete audience on the East Coast that on a Thursday has to get up on a Friday to work the next morning. Makes zero sense. Luckily, those teams in the pod that's playing late games are in like East Coast time. Arkansas, Arizona, Illinois, Houston, so it works out for them. But tomorrow, UConn's playing a game at 9:45. That usually that second game gets delayed. It probably won't start till 10 or so. Like UConn has the scheduling by the tournament committee has been just a disgrace to UConn. For what UConn got for games, it makes zero sense. UConn played a game at like 10:30 against in their first round matchup that they had against Furman, and then they played another late game. It was earlier though. It was like an 8:45 p.m. game on Sunday night against UCLA. So that's what UConn had, like two extremely late games. The 8:45 one, not bad. But if you're like a basketball fan in New England that like roots for UConn, like I'm an hour away from UConn. I'm from Southeast Mass, like nearby Providence. Like same time frame. Like if you root for UConn, you're usually watching the Celtics too all the time, unless you're like Western New York, Southwestern New York, then you watch the Knicks. But those games that they play at, like the Celtics and Knicks, they usually have prime time at 7 o'clock, 7:30 start times on weeknights. And UConn got just the short end of the stick by the tournament committee, having their games scheduled at like 10 o'clock at night for the first game against Furman, then 8:45, which isn't terrible. That's like an equivalent of Central Time or like Mountain Time tip-off for like an NBA start time for the Celtics, approximately around that 8:45, 9 o'clock start time. But yeah, some pretty bad tip-off times for them. Right now we're at the half. Nebraska leads by 3, 46-43 at halftime. Both of these teams have shot the ball extremely well. 60% for Iowa in the first half at 15 for 25. Nebraska 15 for 26. Iowa's very lucky to be in this game. They got out to a terrible start tonight. They could not rebound the ball in the first 5 minutes. They did not have a single rebound. It was Nebraska who had 7 rebounds. Iowa had 0. Nebraska led 16-6 to the first time out. I think it was like 4 minutes into this game. The score is 16-6, and Iowa looked like they were totally like done, like out of the water. That corner three they got right at the buzzer, that was huge for them. They shot the ball well from 3 this entire game. 7 for 11 from 3 by Iowa, 7 for 14 from Nebraska from 3. Nebraska on the glass +5, 13-8. That's going to have to get closer if Iowa wants to make a comeback. Just this one game I'll have covered tonight. So, unfortunately, no Iowa State. Actually, Iowa State plays tomorrow. Yeah, I plan on covering Michigan State UConn tomorrow. Yeah, that game's a little bit earlier. If you're new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe right now. Just at halftime, Texas, Purdue going back and forth, back and forth. What a game they got going on over there. Texas up by 1, 42-41 over Purdue with 17:46 left to go in the second half. Hit us up in the chat if you had Texas in your bracket. Big props to you for making it all the way this far to the Sweet 16. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's tomorrow night the Iowa State game is. So tonight is Arkansas, Arizona, Illinois, Houston. So the winner of this game will take on Illinois, Houston. And this game's actually being played at Houston. So this is basically the Houston Invitational. Houston playing in their own city. Toyota Center, home of the Houston Rockets. Texas, Purdue. Winner will get Arizona, Arkansas winner. Purdue just scored 43-43. What's good, William on the stream? Welcome in. Tremendous game going on right now between Texas and Purdue. Arkansas country boy going for Iowa for the comeback. He puts Iowa will win by 4 here. Let us know out in the chat who you guys like to win this one here tonight, Iowa or Nebraska. Texas gets the free to line a ton. And 2 more shots coming up at the free to line for Texas. Just this one game tonight, Arkansas country boy. Wow, yeah, that's unfortunate for Purdue. I'm trying to see like what's going on with Purdue. Purdue's shooting just 3 for 14 from 3, so those threes are just not popping tonight for them, and that's what they've been known for. One of the premier 3-point elite shooting teams in the country. Just stunning. Texas was very close to not even being in the tournament. Almost blew a 9-point lead with like a minute 40 left and barely got past NC State in that first 4. I've actually got Arizona in my bracket. Honestly, wouldn't shock me if Arkansas does win that game. Arkansas, this decade historically has been able to pull off some major upsets over like the top seeded teams in the tournament. I remember they took out the 1 seed Kansas the year after Kansas won the national championship in the second round. Yeah, Arkansas has had some big upsets in years past, so honestly wouldn't shock me if they pull off the upset, but I did pick Arizona in my bracket, and if Arkansas does upset Arizona, it will break my bracket. And I was going over that, like, but when I was that was one of the hardest decisions when I went through my bracket, was trying to pick Arizona, Arkansas, but I saw a strength of Arizona is 2-point shooting. Like they have like one of the highest 2-point rates in the country for them. Arkansas's 2-point defense has struggled this year, but they've been able to play better when their backs are against the wall. And when Darius Acuff takes over games, like he's the best player in the country. For Darius Acuff, that's going to be one heck of a game tonight. First 4 teams to make the Sweet 16. UCLA, last team to make the Sweet 16, then went to the Final Four back in 2021. This Texas team is up by 1 over Purdue, 44-43 with 16:45 left. What's good, sports fan on the street? Welcome in. If you're new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe right now at halftime currently. Yeah, glad to have you in. I hope all is going well, bud. I'm glad that this has been a good game. Like, both of these teams shooting high percentages from the floor. Not really not much physicality going out here. Just a lot of, sharp shooting. With both of these teams, just high efficiency. Purdue just scored 45-44. Purdue by 1 over Texas. Trey Kaufman-Renn, perfect 7 for 7 from the floor for Purdue with 14 points. Yeah, Kentucky had a lot of issues with team chemistry for them this year. They had, guys in and out of the lineup. They just couldn't build up that team chemistry. I saw an article from a couple of days ago. It said, did NIL crush the Blue Bloods? And then it had, pictures of Kentucky, Kansas, North Carolina. I mean, the issue for those three Blue Bloods, Kentucky has the highest basketball budget out of any program in the country. The team chemistry was a major issue for them this year. And so was Kansas. Darius Peterson, there were games that he was playing in. There was games that he wasn't playing in. Whereas, consistency, that's the biggest key. If you're consistent and everybody's on the same page playing together, then that's going to lead your team to going a long way in the tournaments. Whereas if you got players in and out of the lineup just feeling like they want to show up and play the game, and sometimes they don't want to show up and don't want to play the game, I mean, there's question marks all over the place about, a lot of question marks about how far you can get in the tournament going up against teams who the players have played for 4 years together at the same institution. That's what we saw. Iowa State took out Kentucky because Iowa State's had a couple of those guys that played together in the program for a long time. Tamin Lipsey had been at Iowa State right from the start. Momcilovic, those guys playing together for a long time, whereas Kentucky, they just, transfers in, transfers out, NIL deals, just couldn't put it together. Wow, Texas just buried a three. 49-45 Texas with 15:37 left. Yeah, if Arkansas wins tonight, I agree, Arkansas Country Boy. I think they have a pretty good pathway to the Final Four. In my opinion, I've got Nebraska in my, I've got Arizona as my champion in my bracket. I think Arizona, top to bottom, is the most complete team in terms of balance in college basketball. They have 7 guys averaging 9 points per game or greater. If Arkansas upsets Arizona, then yeah, Arkansas will take on Texas or Purdue in the next matchup. That's a good pathway for them to get to the Final Four, and then after that, they'd face probably Michigan or Iowa State, Tennessee. That bottom right quadrant. Michigan and Alabama is in the mix too. Michigan, Alabama, Tennessee, Iowa State. Since they're on the right side of the bracket, that's who they play against if they get to the Final Four. One of those 4 teams. Yeah, I was going back and forth with this one. I took Iowa for my prediction in this game. I really like this head coach that Iowa has, Ben McCollum. That was impressive how they beat Florida. Right now, Iowa has the momentum, so they drilled a 3 at the buzzer, but they've been playing catch-up this entire game for them. And it's been more than just Bennett starts in this tournament. Tate Sage leads the way, 11 points for Iowa. 3 for 4 from 3. Bennett starts as 10. After that, Alvaro Figueras with 8. So there's guys who stepped up in this tournament for Iowa. Nebraska, 11 points by Price Sandfort. 9 by Jamarcus Lawrence. And then 9 off the bench by Braden Frager. Both teams' bench is strong so far. 22 points off the bench by Iowa and 13 by Nebraska. Okay, this is probably going to have to start here in a couple minutes. I would imagine that we're going to be back for the second half in like a minute or two from now. All right, going to start off the second half here in just a moment. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's go. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win this one here tonight? Nebraska or Iowa? 58% of the poll going for the Cornhuskers. Over 42% for the Hawkeyes. This region over in Houston dominated with Rosa Corn making their way out to the Toyota Center in Houston. Houston taking on Illinois later tonight. In a battle of two Big Ten teams, both shooting a tremendous clip from the floor. Highest combined first half field goal shooting percentage in this tournament, combined at 58.8% between the two teams. Iowa 60% from the floor. Nebraska 58% shooting. Nebraska perfect, 9 for 9 at the free throw line. Iowa, though, scoring 11 points off Nebraska turnovers. Nebraska 6 turnovers. Iowa with just 4. And Iowa trailed by 10 points multiple times in this game, playing catch-up ever since. But for the Hawkeyes, a corner 3 drilled at the buzzer, got their team winning 3. And new signs of life right now for the Hawkeyes. What a story. Head coach Ben McCollum, 4-time NCAA Division II champion at Northwest Missouri State. And this team is basically built of transfers who played for him at mid-major Drake in the Missouri Valley Conference last year. Bennett Sturtz, D2 ball player, started off his collegiate career playing for head coach Ben McCollum at Northwest Missouri State at the Division II level, then transferred to Drake and now with Iowa. And number 5 scorer in the Big Ten Conference, averaging just under 20 points per game. What a story. That's D2 players playing for a Power 5 now. These guys developing every single day, every single step of the way. And right now, they are 20 minutes away from advancing on to the Elite 8 if they do pick up a comeback victory. Nebraska, right to left on the floor, opening possession for the Cornhuskers to begin half number 2 of action. Hand off to Price Sandfort. He jacks up the 3 straight away, missed off the left side and out of bounds. It's an air ball as it missed towards the left side of the rim and out. Opening possession for Iowa. Left to right on the floor for the Hawkeyes. They go with the black jerseys tonight. Yellow numbers, yellow letters. Bennett starts at the top of the key. Takes the 3 off the back heel. No good. A rebound secured by Jamarcus Lawrence. Sam Hoiberg brings it up the floor for Nebraska. Hoiberg on the top. And to the hands to Lawrence. At the wing off to Buchtel. Buchtel looking to get it away. He does off to Hoiberg. Hoiberg, 12 at a timer at the left wing perimeter. Finds Buchtel. Corner 3, no good. Off the back rim, a long rebound. Tipped up in the air, sailed to the backcourt. And out of bounds. Last touch by Iowa. It's going to stay Nebraska ball. Good effort, though, by the Hawkeyes. Just couldn't out-track and out-race that basketball off the long rebounds. Cornhuskers back with possession. Nebraska started off 14 for 21 from the floor. Ever since, they're just 1 for 7. Sam Hoiberg slows down tempo. Guarded by Sturtz, top of the key. Hoiberg dribbles up, drives, push pass, left corner 3, a rink mast. Off the back rim, no good. Tipped up to the corner. Buchtel out of bounds. It'll be Iowa ball. Bennett starts Northwest Missouri State 2022 to 2024, then transfer to play for head coach Ben McCollum at Drake, playing every single season with McCollum at 3 different stops. His third stop here at playing for the Iowa Hawkeyes. Starts off the handoff, pocket pass, kick out, corner 3, Iowa for the tie. Skipped around the rim and out to miss the mark by Cooper Koch. And after an excellent start for both of these teams from the floor, struggling to find their stroke to begin half 2. Rink Mast at the wing. Nebraska 0 for 3 to begin half 2. Attacking the rim. Rink Mast soars up and scores up and in as he banks it off the glass. 5-point lead for the Cornhuskers. Iowa with possession. Bennett starts. Cross court at the wing. Into the hands to number 3. Cam Menyahu starts. Takes the 3. Makes the 3 from downtown. It's a 2-point game of 48-46. Bennett starts up to 13. Second made triple of the night. Nebraska with possession. Jamarcus Lawrence on top. He finds Buchtel. Handoff 3. Mast off the mark. No good. A rebound collected by Tavion Banks for Iowa. Iowa has never led tonight. Trailing by 2. Only time that they tied, the score was 0-0. Hawkeyes at the left wing. Bounce pass missed wide. Looking to send it off to a Cam Menyahu. Results in a turnover. Nebraska with possession. They will slow it down. Both of these teams looking for efficient shots. They've done that throughout the course of the opening half of action. Bounce pass elbow into the hands to Mast. Rink Mast backs his way. Bouncing bodies off Cooper Koch inside the key. Passes underneath. Backdoor layup. It is good. Up and in off the glass by Berka Buchtel. 4-point lead right now for the Cornhuskers. So we're down to 17 minutes left to go in the second half of action. Iowa with a possession at the left wing. 0 tie, 0 lead changes. Nebraska multiple times up by 10. Starts off the crossover. Dribbles up to the elbow. Bounce pass low block for Nebraska as they put up the shot. No good. Blocked off the glass. And the Cornhuskers collect the basketball. Nebraska by 4 with possession. Entry pass lob sailed off the top of the fingertips. A Rink Mast and out of bounds. It was off Starts. Yeah, bad position there for Bennett Starts to be in, as the entry pass should have just sailed out of bounds, but Bennett Starts tried to play it at the deep baseline. Should have just let it go out of bounds. He was claiming that he was pushed out of bounds, but did not get the call by the referees. Man, Nebraska's offense just tremendous to watch. Beg my pardon, check that about the call. The referees reversed it. Referees reversed the call, so Nebraska called in the turnover. Rink Mast had 1 foot out of bounds off that pass before it hit Starts. Push pass to the corner. Starts dribbles up, circles away off the spin cycle. Jumper, got it for 2. 2-point game once again. Man, Bennett Starts something special with this kid right now. 15 points by Starts. Top of the key, Rink Mast. Mast slides it off to his right, into the hands to Praise Sandfort. Sandfort looking for teammates around the perimeter. Finds Mast top of the key. Hand off Sandfort. At the wing, Hoiberg. Shot clock down to 8. Buchtel. Dribbles up at the low block for the timer. Buchtel puts up the shot. Tough one. No good off the rim. A rebound secured by Iowa. They got numbers as well up the floor, but one of the slowest tempo offenses in the nation. They'll slow it down, and Rink Mast bumps Kale Combs. No call by the referees. Corner 3 by Iowa. Missed off the mark. No good by Tate Sage. Rebound secure by Mast for Nebraska. If you're just joining in, Iowa has never led in this game today. Nebraska took a 10-point lead multiple times, and Sam Hoiberg turns over the basketball. Numbers up the floor. 3-on-2. Up the court. They tie it for the first time since the score was 0-0. Layup good by the Hawkeyes. 50-50. With another 15 minutes left to play. Nebraska will try it again. Turnover has been a major miscue in this match for Nebraska, as they have turned it over 8 times tonight, and that will be a 9th. Entry pass off the fingertips of Buchtel out of bounds. It's Hawkeyes ball. Iowa pumped up right now. Media timeout on the floor. It's a tie game at 50 even. Man, Bennett Starts. He is something special. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. What's good, Bradley? Welcome back in, brother. What did I think? UNC's head coach firing their head coach. Yeah, I was kind of shocked by that. Like, I thought he should have got another season. So Caleb Wilson wasn't playing for the tournament. Already shorthanded without their star player. I thought that Hubert Davis should have got another season. I mean, it's terrible that his team choked away a 19-point lead, but still, I mean, they were without their best player, and I wonder who they're gonna get. If I'm Iowa right now, I'm locking in on a contract extension with Ben McCollum for what he's done with this program. A lot of people actually anticipating whenever Bill Self retires that Ben McCollum will be the next guy to be the head coach for Kansas. Man, he is showing it right now. Absolute coaching masterclass in this tournament, what he's done. Like, the development of these players. Mid-major, Division II players playing the Sweet 16 in a tie ball game. I mean, this is something special, what Iowa's done. 15 points by Bennett Starks, 13 by Tate Sage. For a team that's been highly reliant upon Bennett Starks throughout the course of the season, putting up big numbers. For these guys to get production out of 8 different players down the lineup tonight, that is massive for the Hawkeyes. Nebraska led by 11 points. Price Sandford, 9 points each by Renk Mass, Jamarcus Lawrence, and Braden Frager. Yeah, crazy with a coaching carousel. Like, you see these coaches spend time at these programs for like 3-4 years, and then they get bounced and get fired. Like, it's insane, the whole coaching carousel that's happened nowadays. I love the Providence hire with Brian Hodgson. Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I'm actually a Providence fan. So, born and raised Southeast Mass, 20 minutes away from Providence. I actually do some broadcast work over at Brown, over at Stonehill, Bryant, so a couple of D1s in the area. Providence, higher up school out of the Big East. Really love that pickup they got with Brian Hodgson. South Florida was a top 20 team in scoring, top 20 in pace of play, and top 20 in steals per game. They, like, those types of teams that force tons of turnovers. They were 6th in the country in turnovers forced per game. Like, those types of teams can go on a 10-zip run in like a 1-minute span. Like, they can flip the script in a hurry for those types of teams. And that South Florida team, that was a physical team that created havoc and just had guys that could wear you out and run up and down the floor. Like, it's like a blue-collar level type of basketball that that Brian Hodgson's going to bring to Providence with him. He brought a ton of his assistants, too. Yeah, really good coaching pickup there. We get back to action, 50-50. I just heard as well, Boston College hired UConn's assistant coach for the next head coaching job at BC. Yeah, their program really needs to turn around. They have not been to the tournament since 2008. That's an air ball shot by Iowa. So Bennett Starks just shot an air ball. Nebraska will have the basketball. Erica, thanks for joining in. A jumper for 3, good by Sandfort. Cornhuskers have led or tied throughout this entire match. Iowa has never led tonight. 14 minutes left to go. At the left wing with Cale Combs. Slides it off to Starts. Push pass. Quarter 3. Swoosh. And that is good. Cooper Koch from the quarter. Man, this shot making in this game has been off the chains. Both of these teams lights out. 9 for 17 from 3 for Iowa. 8 for 19 from the perimeter for Nebraska. Nebraska with possession. Jamarcus Lawrence at the left wing. 12 on the shot clock. Bounce pass over to Braden Frager. Frager, 8 on the timer, dribbles up to the left wing. Frager on top, masked, handoff Frager. Spots up for a 3 straight away. Rolls in on the triple. Everybody drilling threes tonight in this matchup. Braden Frager, big time off the bench. Double figures with 12. Hawkeyes with possession. Cale Combs at the left wing. On top with Starts. Back into the hands to Combs. Finds Fulgaris. Off to Starts. Starts off the crossover, dribbles, drives, jumper, mid-range, off the back heel, no good. Rebound secured by Sandfort. Nebraska by 3 with possession. They will slow it down. Sam Hoiberg. Defended on the outside by Cooper Koch. Into the hands to Lawrence. Jamarcus Lawrence. Bounce pass in the middle. Jumper. Mid-range. Connects on it. Too easy, finding the soft spot in the middle of the defense. Price Sandfort makes Iowa pay. 5-point lead for the Huskers. Price Sandfort leading the team for Nebraska. He's got 16 in this game. Cale Combs at the left wing, on top with Bennett Sturts. To the corner, another 3 by Iowa. Ring around to Rosie, no good off the mark by Cooper Koch. Rebound secure by Sandfort. Up the floor, Hoiberg. Sam Hoiberg off the double team at the right wing. Has to get it away. He does. Jamarcus Lawrence penetrates the paint. Kick out. Corner. Frager outside into the hands to Sandfort. Sandfort inside the key. Dish out to the wing. Frager launches the 3 off the mark. No good. Iowa controls the defensive rebound. Hawkeyes down by 5 with possession. Bennett Sturts off the Tate Sage. Back into the hands to Sturts. Sturts flings it on top. Fulgaris fires a fastball right corner. Cooper Koch backs his way at the wing of the perimeter. Off to the corner once again. Bennett Sturts around the perimeter. It goes to Fulgaris. Finds number 24, Tate Sage. Off the double team. Flings it down low to the trailer. Right to the hoop. Soaring up and scoring with a layup. Cale Combs got the 2. It's back to a 3-point game. Timeout on the floor. 11.5 left to go in regulation. Beautiful cut right there. Backdoor to the hoop. Scoring the deuce with Cale Combs, who got a 3-point contest. Man, this has been a tremendous game tonight. Both of these teams, playmaking, passing, on point. Shot-making ability left and right for these two teams. Nebraska, 53% from the floor. Iowa, 54%. Iowa, 9 for 18 from 3. Nebraska, 9 for 21. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Purdue, Texas. This game's back and forth, back and forth. Texas just took the lead right back, 65-63, with 7:39 left to go. Tremont Marcus, 26 points for Texas tonight. Trey Kaufman-Renn, 16 points, 6 rebounds for Purdue. Wow, we got 2 really good games going on at the moment. I'll be back later tomorrow night. UConn against Michigan State. Feel free to join in if you guys would like. Nebraska, led by Price Sandfort, 16 points. He is the game leader. 12 points off the bench by Braden Frager. Iowa, led by Bennett Sturts, 15 points. And then 13 points off the bench by Tate Sage. Both of these benches stepping up in a major way. Yeah, I saw that, Jeffrey. I saw that they're playing at the TD Garden, Providence, Syracuse next year. Yeah, good for them. Both first-year head coaches, first week of work, scheduling both of their teams to play each other at the TD Garden for next year. High-level hoops here taking place right now between these two teams. Iowa, the upper hands in the turnover margin. Nebraska with 8 turnovers, Iowa with 5. Iowa leading points off turnovers, 15-7. But Nebraska plus 7 on the glass, 21-14. And Iowa got out to a slow start, and they've been playing catch-up ever since. Iowa has never led tonight. They tied it up 50-50. But they have never led this game at all tonight. If you're just joining in and missed out on like the first 10 minutes of this game in the first half, Iowa did not come ready to play. Nebraska led 6-0 and then 16-6 to the first time out. And to the first time out, Nebraska led 7-0 on the glass. Iowa did not have a single rebound in the first 5 minutes of tonight's game. And then finally, Iowa started to collect some rebounds, but they have been negative on the glass throughout this entire game, below Nebraska's positive rebound margin throughout. So Nebraska 21-14 on the rebound margin, 6-2 in the offensive glass. And 4 of his offensive rebounds came in the first 5 minutes. 16 assists on 20 made field goals by Nebraska. Iowa, 12 assists on 20 made field goals tonight. Both teams shooting the cover off the ball. It's been on a consistent rate as well. Nebraska with possession. Back from the timeout. Burka Buchtel. Handoff Sandfort at the wing. Sanford dribbles around back to the top of the key. Handoff from Buick-Tolgel back to Sanford. 10 on the shot clock. Cross court, he finds Lawrence. Lawrence fires a three off the back rim, no good. A battle for the rebound, ripped away by the Hawkeyes as they collect the defensive rebound with Cooper Koch. Cooper Koch on the floor alongside Bennett Sturts, Alvaro Folgaris, Tate Sage, and Isaiah Howard, number 23. Tate Sage, 8 on the shot clock, off a double team. He finds Sturts. Sturts, 5 at the timer. Take it on one defender with Frager. Pull-up jumper at the wing. No good. Off the back rim, missed by Sturts. Rebound ripped away by Buick-Tolgel for Nebraska. Burka Buick-Tolgel on the floor alongside Price Sandforts. Jamarcus Lawrence, number 31. Cale Jacobson is also in the court as well as the layup was misfired off the mark by Nebraska. Iowa with possession. And Braden Frager, the 5th player in the courts, playing off the bench right now for the Huskers on the floor. Sturts swings it on top into the hands to Cooper Koch. Back out to Sturts. Attacks the paint. Soars up with a right-hand finish. Got it a drop up and then off the glass. It's a 1-point game, a 58-57. Bennett Sturts trying to put his team on his back. He's got 17 tonight. Iowa has never led. Top of the key. Jamarcus Lawrence. Dribbling up, driving inside the paint. Frager goes up, got fouled. And Iowa wondering, looking about the foul call. Hasn't been many personal fouls at all in this game tonight. But 2 free throws coming up at the line with Braden Frager for Nebraska. And we got ourselves one heck of a matchup. 9:43 left to go. Nebraska up by 1, 58-57. Both teams came ready to play and ready to shoot the ball. The difference maker being 1 missed free throw. Iowa 6 for 7 at the free throw line. Nebraska a perfect 9 for 9. Texas, Purdue 67-66. Texas with 6:40 left to play. Wow, both of these games have been so good tonight. We got 400 plus right now on the stream. If you're new to the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You guys, the real MVPs, legends out here to stream. Make sure to type in the chat who you like to win here tonight. Nebraska, Iowa. Wow, these games are just so competitive. There's been so many games that's gone down to the wire in this tournament. And the poll is just so even. Nebraska 51-49 in the poll. So even. A lot of people going for Iowa here on the stream. Felipe liking Iowa. Diane liking Iowa. A lot of Hawkeyes fans out here. SSN going for Iowa. Hit us up in the chat. Iowa, Hawkeyes, type it in. Nebraska, Big Red, type it in. Absolutely tremendous battle. Yeah, thanks so much, Felipe. Really appreciate it, bud, for being a part of the stream. Some Nebraska, some Iowa here. Wow. Really well represented. Making some noise for both of your teams. You guys, the legends here, out in the stream. I cover play-by-play, college hoops, NBA. Next stream, I'm planning on being back live tomorrow. UConn against Michigan State. Feel free to join in for that one. And then hopefully I do plan on covering both of the Elite 8 games as well for both Saturday and Sunday. Both teams shooting the ball. High efficient clip tonight. Iowa 54% for the floor. Nebraska 50%. Iowa has never led tonight. since the opening tip. Nebraska started off in a 6-zip run to begin this game, 6-0. They were up 16-6. Nebraska got up, I believe, like 3 or 4 times by 10 points for the margin, tied for the largest margin in the game in the first half. And Iowa has been trying to play catch-up ever since, battling from behind. They tied it up at 50 a couple minutes ago. Nebraska at the free throw line. First free throw is good by Braden Frager for Nebraska. Second free throw by Frager, no good, off the rim, short rebound, ripped away by Iowa. That's the first missed free throw of the night by Nebraska. They were previously 10 for 10 at the free throw line till that free throw. 6 for 7 by Iowa tonight in this game at the line. Starts at the free throw circle. Sends it out top of the key, Tate Sage. Tate Sage around the perimeter, defended by Cale Jacobson. Sage, top of the free throw circle, bounce pass. Off to his teammate, 8 on the timer, taking him inside the key with Fulgaris jumper. Straight away, Iowa on a 3, and that came up well short. That's a air ball out of bounds by the Hawkeyes. So tough shot right there by Iowa. Late in the shot clock, it will go back to Nebraska. Cornhuskers with a possession. 9:10 left to go in regulation. Sam Hoiberg dribbles towards his left. Finds an open teammate at the top of the key. Pops up for a 3. A swash. Price Sanford lets it rain from downtown. The former Hawkeye, now Cornhusker, with a big-time 3 right there. Iowa with possession. Bennett starts at the wing. Bounce pass on top. Sanford, the game leader. He's got 19 for the Cornhuskers. Starts, edge of the March Madness logo, takes on Frager, dribbles up to the elbow, bounce pass on top with Tate Sage out to the corner, 3, off the mark, left short again. That's Cooper Koch as it grazed off the front rim. So 2 poor misses in a row from the perimeter by Iowa. Loose ball stripped on the hardwood. Iowa trying to track it down with a steal. They do. They get a 3-on-1 bounce pass to the trailer. Soaring up, trying to put in the slam dunk. Couldn't finish, but they were fouled. 2 free throws coming up at the line by Tate Sage for Iowa. Turnovers by Nebraska tonight have kept Iowa in this game throughout. And Price Sanford just had it stripped. Right past midcourt, Iowa came away, tracked down that basketball. They had a 3-on-1 off a shovel pass to a trailer, and Tate Sage soared up trying to throw down the poster. And at the summit, he was fouled. So 2 free throws here at the line for Iowa. First one is good by Tate Sage. Big game tonight by Tate Sage off the bench for the Hawkeyes. He's got himself 15 points off the bench. Second free throw by Tate Sage. That is right down the middle. 62-59, 8:20 left to play. What a game. Cale Jacobson just picked up his 3rd personal foul. Nebraska with possession. At the top of the key. Handoff goes over to Sam Hoiberg. Slides it off to the wing. Mast pops up for a 3 off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound tracked down by Jacobson. New 20 on the timer for Nebraska. Hoiberg. On the outside, a dribble, drives up to the low block. Hoiberg circles around, bounce pass out to the wing into the hands of Mast. 8 in the timer, dribble, drive, straight line, penetration, goes up, got it blocked out of bounds, went off a Mast, and it's off Nebraska. Excellent defense, step for step there by Cooper Koch. With a block and then a swat, ricocheted off Mast, out of bounds. It'll be Hawkeyes ball after the media timeout. 7:48 left to go. Iowa down by 3. Iowa basketball coming up after the timeout. Wow, tremendous game going on here. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, back and forth, back and forth. And the crazy thing about it is that Iowa has never led tonight. Iowa has been trailing or tied throughout this game. They have never led tonight. Nebraska, 10 for 24 from the perimeter. 42% from 3. Nebraska plus 7 on the glass, 25-18. And that's been the Achilles heel all night long for Iowa. They're minus in the rebound margin. Iowa, 9 for 21 from the perimeter, 43%. Both teams shooting the ball extremely well. 51% for Iowa, 49% for Nebraska. They shot the ball combined 59% from the floor in the first half tonight. It was 46-43 Nebraska going into halftime. Nebraska, 9 turnovers. That has led Iowa to hang in this game as Iowa has converted those 9 Nebraska turnovers into 17 points off turnovers. 70-70, Texas-Purdue with under 4 minutes left to play. We got 2 incredible games going on at once here. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Illinois-Houston in Houston on Saturday in the Elite Eight. And this game is taking place at the Toyota Center, home of the Houston Rockets. Nebraska has led 93% of this game. It was tied up 50-50. Now it's a 3-point margin with under 8 minutes left. What's good? Jason on the stream. Welcome in, brother. Man, what a game here tonight. Could come down to missed free throws. Both teams only 1 missed free throw this entire game. Iowa 8 for 9 at the free throw line. Nebraska 10 for 11 at the free throw line. What's crazy is that both of these teams came down to the final possession in their last game. Iowa sunk the corner 3, and then Nebraska, miracle for them to survive. The Tyler Tanner half-court shots spud out. What's good? Drake May in the channel. Welcome in, bro. Thanks for joining in, man. Big Patriots fan myself. Born and raised Bay State, Massachusetts. Get back to action. If you like Celtics coverage, Drake May, 160, feel free to join in. I'll be covering a lot of Celtics streams throughout the playoffs. Hoping to be back live next week for my next Celtics stream. A quarter 3 for the tie. Iowa off the back room, no good. Misfired by Isaiah Howard. Nebraska will slow it down off the rebound. So we're down to 7:25 left to go in regulation. Top of the key, Rank Mast. Mast dribbles towards the left elbow. Looking for an open teammate, 15 on the timer. Sends it on top into the hands to Cale Jacobson. Jacobson, 10 on the shot clock. Push past the corner. Buke Tolgel, handoff. Jacobson, crossover, 4 to shot clock. Outside to the wing. Buke Tolgel pulls up for a 3 and no good. Air ball out of bounds. Clean defensive play there by Iowa. Going for a follow-away 3. It was well off the mark. Yeah, right now the poll is 50-50. I don't think I've seen a poll this even on my channel in a long time. Make sure to vote in the poll for who you want to win this game. Right now it's Iowa 50%, Nebraska 50%. Make some noise for your team in the chat. Big Red at GBR, Nebraska, Hawkeyes, Iowa. Type it in the chats. Iowa with the basketball. Iowa has never led tonight. They have tied it once at 50-50. On top, looking for another tie. Oh, they drill it. Bang, a bang, right down the chutes. It is good, and the triple by the Hawkeyes with Cooper Koch. 62-62 with 6.5 and under left to go. Nebraska with possession. Handoff Sanford. He launches the 3. He splashes it from the perimeter. Humongous shot right back by Price Sanford. Price Sanford, big time. For the Cornhuskers tonight, the game leader with 22. That's his 5th made 3 tonight by Price Sanford. Bennett starts. Slides it off to the wing into the hands of Tate Sage. Back outside to Sturts. Top of the key as we're down to 6 minutes left to play. Sturts at the wing off the crossover. On top off the Koch. Fires a 3. Left it short. And a rebound hauled in by Nebraska by Cale Jacobson. Nebraska will slow down tempo. Jacobson at the top of the key. 101 takes on Cooper Koch into the hands. Buke Tolgel. Handoff Jacobson. Jacobson versus Koch once again. On top finds Sanford. Sanford towards his left off the double team. Into the hands to Jacobson. 10 on the shot clock. Jacobson drives. Kick out. Corner. 3. Hoiberg skipped around the rim and out. Deflected out of bounds off Rink Mast in Nebraska. It's going to be Iowa basketball. 5:22 left to play. What a game. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up. Hit the like. Hit the subscribe. Incredible battle. Absolutely incredible game. Iowa with the basketball. Down by 3 for the Hawkeyes. 10 for 24 tonight at 42% from the 42% from 3. Push past the corner. Outside to the wing. Excellent ball movement around by Iowa. Leading to the top of the key 3. Sunk down by Alvaro Folgueras. It's a tie game again. 65-65. 5 minutes left to go. Nebraska at the wing. On top with Sam Hoiberg. Torres left off the dribble. Finds Jacobson. Jacobson dribbles up to the elbow. Jacobson outside Hoiberg. 10 on the shot clock. Hoiberg turns the corner. Inside the key. Hoiberg puts up the shot. No good. Missed the layup. Tipped around. Iowa controls the defensive rebound. Iowa has never led it tonight. Chance to do so right here, right now with a made bucket. Hawkeyes slow it down. Looking to play their style. Cale Combs at the wing. On top, Folgueras. Folgueras off the backdoor cutter. Starts. Bounce pass corner. Inside the key. On top with Folgueras. Folgueras jump stop. Push pass corner. Starts outside. The ball movement absolutely incredible with the Hawkeyes, but a 3-point shot couldn't go down straight away. And the rebound hauled in by Nebraska. Well, Iowa is getting better and better every single possession with their ball movements. Nebraska, 4 minutes left to go. With possession, Hoiberg off the ball screen. Kick out, corner, 3. Jacobson, no good off the mark. And a rebound control by the Hawkeyes by Tate Sage. Next whistle will take us to the next media timeout. 2 timeouts remaining for Iowa. 3 timeouts remaining for Nebraska. Hawkeyes with possession. Folgueras at the left wing. Handoff. Starts. Launches the 3. No good off the back rim. Huge offensive rebound. Hauled by Cooper Koch. New 20 in the shot clock here for the Hawkeyes. As Iowa will slow it down at 12 of the timer. Bennett starts at the right wing perimeter. Sends it on top. Folgueras. Step back. 3 in the air. No good off the front rim. Nebraska controls the defensive rebound. Both of these teams cannot make a shot right now. Nebraska will take it up the floor and they will burn the timeout. 3:11 left to go in regulation. What a game. Both of these teams stone cold the last couple possessions on the floor. Big Ten battle at its finest. Last time these two teams went into overtime in the regular season finale. Right now, we get a 69 even battle. Man, this has just been... What a game, first of all. If you're just joining in, looking at the score, and you haven't watched the game tonight, Iowa has never led tonight. So that is not a mistake. And that is not a typo. Iowa has never led tonight. Iowa trailed 6-0 to the first timeout. Iowa trailed 6-0 to begin this game. The first timeout was taken when Nebraska led 16-6. Nebraska led multiple times by 10 in the first half, the largest lead in the game, and Iowa has tied it up a couple times. First tie was 50-50. Second tie was 62-62. And the third tie right here, right now, is 65 even. Melody Sue, appreciate it here for being a part of the stream. Nate, Sean, Eckhart, Fernando, you guys the real legends here. MVPs in the channel. Hoping to be back live tomorrow. UConn, Michigan State, feel free to do so. And also plan on being back live for both of the Elite 8 games on Saturday. Both of the Elite 8 games on Sunday. Just basketball I cover. I'm actually a Celtics fan myself, so I cover college basketball, also the NBA, regular season NBA. It's mostly Celtics streams covering the team that I root for, but when we get into the playoffs, I cover all the NBA teams that I can get to, mostly the teams in the early window since I'm from Mass. I'm actually a Providence fan for college hoops. I do work with a couple colleges. Big shout out to Brown, big shout out to Stonehill, big shout out to Bryant for those 3 programs out there. But yeah, good to cover the game for you guys tonight. And make some noise who you guys want to win here, Iowa or Nebraska. What a game. Yeah, I was debating whether to cover Purdue, Texas, or Iowa, Nebraska. Decided to cover this one because this game bought me a little bit more time for me when I got home from work today. And plus, I covered Nebraska against Vandy on Saturday last week, and there was a bunch of Nebraska fans out on the stream for that one. 72-70, Purdue up by 2 with 1:33 left against Texas. Yeah, Bryant big time. Their program has really been skyrocketing upwards for Bryant. Their facilities are incredible. Yes, I've been to 3 D1 facilities courtside for coverage in my area so far, trying to work my way up in the broadcast field. And all 3 facilities pretty much incredible because I do a mix between D1 and D3. And yeah, the D1 facilities, man, especially Bryant's, like, poured in tons of money into their program recently as like a top tier consistent team for like a bunch of their programs in the America East. You get back to action, 3 minutes left to go. Nebraska 2 timeouts remaining, Iowa with 2 timeouts left. Next whistle in the game for a clock stoppage. We'll have to head to the media timeout because there's yet to be a media timeout under 4 minutes left to play. Mast, kick out, quarter 3, Frager off the back room, no good. Iowa controls the defensive rebound. And Iowa will look to play their style and slow down the basketball. Bottom 5 in the country for the Hawkeyes and slowest tempo per game as they will look to use the shot clock. Bennett starts at the top of the key to fed it at the wing as he takes on Hoiberg, moves it on top to Fulgaris. Fulgaris bumped into at the top of the free throw circle and fouled as the clock will stop with 2:28. It was not on the shot. That's only the 3rd personal foul picked up this half by Nebraska. Iowa, which is 1 personal foul this entire half. Like, both of these teams have been incredibly efficient. Not much physicality, just a ton of shot making going on between these 2 teams tonight. Next team they will face, whoever wins this game, most likely will see a bunch of physicality if they do face Houston in the next matchup, unless the Big Ten takes over Houston in Houston and Illinois picks up the win in that matchup. Jumpers good, Iowa. First lead of the night. Bennett starts, lets it rain from downtown. 2 minutes left to go, 68-65. Hawkeyes with a lead for the first time, starts as 20. Nebraska with possession. At the elbow, Jamarcus Lawrence on top with Mast. Mast, hand off to Sandfort. Outside Mast, pops up for the 3. Off the mark, no good. Humongous rebound ripped away by the Hawkeyes by Fulgaris. Iowa with possession. Iowa getting better and better throughout the course of this game right now. Minute 35 left to go. Bennett starts, slows down tempo. Chance to go up by 5 when the made 2. A chance to take a 3-point lead when the made 3. 10 in the shot clock. Bennett starts, dribbles, drives, bounce pass, kick out, quarter 3. Oh, it's good! Bang, a bang! What a pass in the extra feed. Tate Sage rips in the quarter triple. 6-point lead for Iowa. 5-minute plus scoring drought for Nebraska in trouble. Down to the final minute left to go. Nebraska took the 3 off the rim short. They dribble out to the corner. 3-point shot is good off the offensive rebound. Braden Frager. Major 3. It will stop the clock with 58.4 seconds left to play. And a timeout taken on the floor. 58 seconds left to go. What a comeback by Iowa. What a game. Bennett starts, absolutely him. 20 points, 3 made 3s. Put his team in his back this whole season. And then Tate Sage, 18 points off the bench on 4 made 3s for the Hawkeyes. Iowa just, oh my gosh, the ball movement is looking like high-level NBA ball movement in the second half. Like, this Iowa team, man, this team is so well coached. Big ups for Ben McCollum. This guy's a coaching legend. 4 national championships at Division II at Northwest Missouri State. Coaches 1 season at Drake, leads Drake to an NCAA tournament victory. This Hawkeyes team basically built of mid-major transfers, basically Drake 2.0. Alvaro Fulgaris, the one who recorded the assist on that corner 3, made by Tate Sage. Fulgaris is a transfer from Robert Morris out of the Horizon League. Outlet pass off the inbound, going up. Fulgaris soars up to the rim, puts it through, plus the foul. Nebraska couldn't get back defensively, caught off guard, and a full court outlet pass off the inbound by Iowa. Cash money for 2, and an and 1 coming up in the free throw line for the Hawkeyes. That is gutsy right there to call. Full court inbound outlets behind the entire Cornhusker defense. That is impressive. Holy smokes. And to make that layup as he got clobbered from behind, rolled around the rim, dropped in, and an and one coming up here by Fulgaris. 56.9 seconds left. One free throw by Alvaro Fulgaris. It's right down the middle. 6-point lead for the Hawkeyes, the number 9 seed. They took out Florida, the defending champions, in the round of 32-1 seed. Nebraska takes a three. No good off the mark. Missed by Sanford. Rebound ripped away by the Hawkeyes. And a foul committed by Nebraska. 46.5 seconds left to go. Iowa. They are starting to feel it right now, as they have been trailing for 82% of the game approximately, and have only led for 4% tonight. Nebraska with now 5 personal fouls. Inbound in the backcourt. Iowa able to cross the timeline, and the foul there to give, charged to Rink Mast. That's now personal foul number 6 charged to Nebraska. And Iowa one more foul away from heading to the bonus. Wow. Absolutely impressive what the Hawkeyes have done tonight. Like, you can never count them out. They were down multiple times by 10 points in this game. 43 seconds left to go. Iowa near side front court at midcourt. About to get the inbounds. Cale Combs, the inbound passer. He's got Bennett Sturts in the backcourt. Sturts collects it. Sturts yet to be fouled. Into the hands of Combs. Cross-court connects with Tate Sage. Nebraska won't give the foul. Bounce pass. Backdoor cutter. Underneath, they soar up and throw it down with a left-handed flush. Exclamation point on this game. Alvaro Fulgaris with authority with a man slam. 8-point lead for Iowa. Largest lead of the game. Nebraska, a couple missed shots outside. Corner 3, Sanford. That's an air ball. Mast with a basketball outside to the wing. Jacobson. Pass on top. Buchtel. No good on the 3 off the back rim. Iowa battle for the rebound. And we have a loose ball foul attached to this possession. And it's charged to Nebraska with 8.5. Man. Number 7 for the Hawkeyes. From Spain, Alvaro Fulgaris tore down the roof shack with that dunk for the exclamation points. 8.5 seconds left to go. Iowa in the bonus at the free throw line, shooting the 1-and-1. If you're just joining in, Iowa took the lead with like 3 minutes left to go for the first time ever in this game. Iowa trailed, and it looked like they were dead out of the water to begin this game. They were down 16-6 in the first 5 minutes of regulation. Second free throw, Tate Sage, no good, skipped out. Rebound Nebraska. But Iowa, Ben McCollum, an absolute winner. 3 seconds left to play. Nebraska just drilled a 3. Iowa in the backcourt. They get the inbound, and they will dribble out the clock. 77-71, the final score. The Hawkeyes keep on going, dancing, as they move on to the Elite 8. Ben McCollum, just an incredible display of coaching. The ball movement, absolutely zipping, looking like an NBA playoff caliber team tonight for the Iowa Hawkeyes with that ball movement. That was absolutely sensational for Iowa. The 9 seed, 3 in a row. They stun the 1 seed Florida in round 2, the defending champs. They take out their conference rival Nebraska in a come-from-behind victory in a game that they trailed by double digits multiple times in the first half. What a game tonight by the Hawkeyes. First Elite 8 appearance since 1987 for Iowa. Deepest run ever. 1956 national championship runner-up. Holy smokes. Tate Sage, the role players, put this game away. Bennett Sturts, he had 20. But it wasn't just Bennett Sturts tonight. 19 off the bench by Tate Sage. And then Alvaro Fulgaris, couple major baskets in the final minute. Had an and one off a full court outlet pass that he laid up and in behind the defense. And then he had a baseline drive slam dunk for the exclamation point tonight. Finished with 16 points off the bench. This Hawkeyes team, they had 38 total bench points And they shot the ball 52% from the floor. An absolute clinic. And half number 2 for Iowa. They outscored Nebraska 34-25 in half 2 tonight. What a game. Wow, what a fantastic battle. If you guys are an Iowa fan, feel free to join in. I plan to be live back on Saturday for the Elite 8, covering both of the Elite 8 matchups. Also, both of the Elite 8 matchups on Sunday. My next stream will be tomorrow night, 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. UConn against Michigan State. Feel free to join back in for that one. What a game tonight. Iowa stuns the 4 seed. 77-71 the final score. Absolutely tremendous battle. Wow. I'm going to keep it on here for like a couple minutes. Give you guys final score updates for Purdue against Texas as well. This game actually finished faster than Purdue versus Texas, which is a rarity. Wow. This game was so fast tonight. Barely any fouls. I don't even think there was a single TV timeout in the final 4 minutes and under. I think that was a team timeout that they took, but there was never a single TV timeout or so that happened because both of these teams were just playing to like the final 4 minutes consistently or so. 19.4 seconds remaining. Purdue is up 77-74. They buried both of the free throws. 3-point lead for Purdue, 77-74 over Texas. Texas needs to get something. Texas does with a 2. Oh, Texas just got an and 1. Texas just got an and 1. 77-76 with 11.9 seconds. That's a terrible foul by Purdue. Like, all you had to do was let them score. Purdue's got one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country. Just let Dalen Swain score. Wow, what a game tonight. Both of these games incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oscar Clough just followed out for Purdue. 77-76, 11.9 seconds left. And Dalen Swain, an 82% free throw shooter at the line for Texas. He drilled a free throw. Yeah, this game's tied. Purdue, Texas. Purdue had timeouts to burn. They just burned one. They have another timeout left. So one in their pocket. Texas out of timeouts. Wow. 11-seed Texas trying to see if they can pull off the upset. So an upset here tonight. 9-seeded Iowa over Nebraska. You guys, the real legends out on the stream. MVPs out here on the channel. Man, what a game. Man, both of these games incredible to start off the Sweet 16. That's awesome. It's terrific for college basketball. Like, I heard that they're thinking about, like, expanding the tournament. See, I'm not for that. If they do expand the tournament, then I would hope that it would be for the mid-majors who had really good records that won the regular season conference championship, that went, like, 28-4, but they lost in their conference tournaments. You could put them in, like, a 12-seed play-in or so if they want to expand the tournament. But, I mean, 68, that's pretty much where it should be, because the bubble this year was not that good. Glad to see that Texas, though, making some noise out of the first 4. Texas playing their hearts out. 77-77, Texas, Purdue. Purdue's going to get the basketball with 11.9 seconds left. Purdue with 5 seconds. Braden Smith going to do it all himself. Runner, no good off the mark. Purdue with a tip in. It's good with 0.7. Purdue got the tip in with 0.7 seconds left to go. Texas, full court shot at the buzzer. No good. Hit the top of the backboard. And it is over. Purdue wins 79-77 over Texas. Another incredible game that came down to the wire. Purdue going dancing. So the first 2 teams advancing into the Elite 8 on Saturday. Winner of this game here, which was Iowa. Iowa is going to face the winner of Houston versus Texas on Saturday. And then Purdue will face the winner of Arkansas and Arizona later tonight. Thanks so much all for joining in tonight on this one here. Congrats out to Iowa. They are in the Elite Eight for the first time since the late 80s. For the Hawkeyes, going all the way back to 1987. The last time that they have been in the Elite Eight. We're going to close out here to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We have Jason, John, Michael, Bradley, Joe, Lonely Satellite, Warren, the Nija player, Norma, Kelly, Ogie, Russell, Rydog, Astros fan for life, All on the Prowl, I Am Ghost, Ian, Edith, HGA Sports Talk, and Elaine. I plan to be on back live tomorrow for UConn against Michigan State. Feel free to join in if you guys would like for that one. Enjoy the rest of your nights, and happy Thursday night. Congratulations to Iowa, 77-71 victory over Nebraska tonight. Thanks all for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your night.